Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Ship and Reach. I'll be doing my December TBR. Before I get started, if you're new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as the notification bell. And if you're new, hi, hello, I'm Stephanie, and I do a lot of bookish content, and I know I am so late this month with my TBR, but it has been a hectic couple of days, and yeah, I just got around to filming it. I'm actually just filming it like right after work, so I'm actually pretty tired. So I'm just filming this video and getting it over with so I can at least get this video edited and up sometime soon. I do need to plan a filming day moving forward because recently I just been so busy, like after work, during the weekends, I just don't have any time to film. And back when I was working remotely, I feel like there are times, like pockets of times during the day for like an hour that I can just like quickly film a video, not an issue whatsoever. But now that I'm in office, I can't do that. So I really have to work around my schedule like after work and on the weekends, but then my schedule is so packed that it's been kind of a stressful situation right now with me filming or like finding time to film. But let's just get right on with the books I want to read for the month of December. So I'm gonna start with my book club pick, and then I'm also doing the light fall readathon that is part of the Aurelium readathon arc situation that runs between December 9th to the 17th. I will link all the information down below, and then once I go through those TBRs, I will then go through my usual wheel of TBR. That's kind of the agenda for today's video. So the book that I'll be reading for my December book club is The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter. This is a mystery thriller, and it's by the same author who wrote the that one spy book. It is I'll Tell You If I Love You, But Then I Have to Kill You, Height Society, etc. She's written a lot of like YA spy thriller type of books before. They're super funny, they're hilarious, and this is her, I want to say, her rendezvous into adult. So it is a fast-paced, hilarious road trip rom-com about a woman with amnesia who discovers she's the identical twin of a rogue spy and must team up with a rugged, grumpy operative to stay alive. So it's very much in line with her previous book, but this is now an adult version, so I'm very curious to see about that. I really enjoy her previous books, like YA back when in high school and like college, so I'm curious to see how this will translate into an adult book, but overall very excited to read this for my book club. All right, then moving on to my light fall TBR. I have my TBR on my phone over here in terms of the prompt. So there are 7 prompts here, but 2 of them, or one of them is like an activity and the other one is an audiobook, but I feel like I'm just going to pick up whatever audiobook I want to listen to at that time because it's a very like, it's an audiobook that you listen to while you're crafting. So anyways, first prompt over here is reach out to someone this festive season. That is the activity. I can reach out to anyone. I don't know who I'll reach out to. I mean, I have a lot of people I can reach out to technically and just be like happy holidays. Very easy. And the second prompt over here is read a book you've been wanting to read this year but haven't. So this is a book that I either have on my 5-star predictions or my 23 books I want to read in 2023, and I have not read it yet, or it might be in both. But that is Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sulin Tan. This is the second book and the finale to Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I absolutely adored, but this is the continuation of the duology, and I really enjoyed it. The first book basically follows Daughter of the Moon Goddess, where she goes into like the celestial world, something like that, since her mother is like stuck and kept as a prisoner on the moon, and so she goes in there as a way for her to find a way to free her mother. And I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characters. The way how the first book ended, I was like, what is going to happen? So honestly, I should have picked this up sooner rather than later, but the time is here. I hope you read it this month. The next prompt over here is last book I added to my want to read list. And this is a book that I saw on TikTok that I'm like, I am so curious, and I picked it up. So I will read this sometime this month, and that is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the same author who wrote the Ashes series, and this is another like romantasy, which I'm very excited about. It says a life in slavery taught Tisana how to survive with nothing but a sharp eye, a quick mind, and touch of magic. But the night she tried to buy her freedom, she nearly paid with her life. Instead, she murdered the most powerful man in Thrall. Forced to flee, she has only one chance at saving those she left behind, pledging herself to the Orders, an organization of master wielders strong enough to destroy her former masters. I am so curious. There is a war in here. She needs to master her magic and survive the Order's demands. So I'm very curious about this book for sure. Plus this cover is stunning. The next prompt I have on here is Snow or Ice on the cover. For this one, I'm going to read the next book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. I just finished Barbarian's Lady, which I believe is book like, I don't even want to say because I honestly it's like 13 or 14, maybe it's 16. Either way though, I'm gonna read the next book in that series because it is part of the Ice Planet Barbarians, so I'm gonna allow that to count. Next prompt over here is steal a book from someone's TBR. So I was going through a couple of TBR videos and I was looking at a Clockwork Readers like video where she talked about the 9 eerie books you want to read, and I was like, that sounds great. And this one is Uniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. This is the author of Wolf and the Woodsman, which I still have to read. It's like right here and I haven't read it yet. So this is a thin book, which I feel could be perfect for the readathon considering it's only like 10 days long. It says it's a gothic horror retelling of Juniper Tree in which a young witch seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her ruthless wizard father. I am so intrigued. Alright, then the next prompt over here is listen to an audiobook while crafting or craft in the title. I don't know about craft in the title, so I am going to listen to an audiobook while I'm like cooking or doing something hands crafty. Probably cooking, to be honest, because that's the thing that I would do the most often. I consider that as crafting because I'm like making something, right? So I'm gonna allow that to count. And the final prompt over here is prompt based on a random tarot card. So the random tarot card generator picked Le Devil tarot card, which is not great. So I had to pick a book that was like devil, demon, hell, whatever. I was trying to find a book that either had a title or the series or the picture, and I decided to go with the Archive of the Forgotten, which is part of the Hell's Library series. This is book number 2. I really enjoyed the first one. The first one reminded me of A Sorcery of Thorns, but like adult version, a lot more dense, and I really enjoyed that one, so I'm really hoping that this will continue. So this is the last and final book that I've been reading for the readathon. Overall, I have these 4 books plus the audiobook plus the Ice Planet Barbarians series on here, which is another audiobook. So I have a total of 6 books that I plan to read for this readathon. I'm also thinking about doing a readathon vlog for that because I tend to do it for the magical readathon in general, so I'll probably end up doing it for that whole week as well. But let me move on to my wheel of TBR from my laptop. Okay, so as always, I have my laptop over here and I have only 5 prompts left. So do I normally only do 5 prompts? I thought I did 6. Maybe I only do 5 prompts. Well, on here it says I have 5 prompts left, so I'm gonna go with that. See what my first spin is. All right, bookshelf generator, shelf and specific number. So I need to get my phone and find a book for this. So I have my phone now and I have numbers 1 through 34 in terms of my random generator. Let me generate which shelf first, which is 31. That means it is shelf in my other room, so I have to go there. And based on what I know, I think that shelf is pretty packed, but I don't think there's a ton of books. I want to say there's like 20. So 1 through 20. I pick number 12. So let me find that shelf and I'll be right back to determine which book I'll be reading for this prompt. So I have secured the book, and that is Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. This is a book that I want to read for the longest time, and I got this ages ago, but obviously have not picked it up yet. I don't remember this about because I bought this like so long ago, probably in like 2021. And it says, Tamsin is the most powerful witch of her generation, but after committing the worst magical sin, she's exiled by the ruling coven and cursed with the inability to love. The only way she can get those feelings back, even for just a little while, is to steal love from others. Ren is a source, a rare kind of person who is made of magic, despite being unable to use it herself. Sources are required to train with the coven as soon as they discover their abilities, but Ren, the only caretaker to her ailing father, has spent her life hiding her secret. When a magical plague ravages the queendom, Ren's father falls victim. To save him, Ren proposed a bargain. If Tamsin will help her catch the dark witch responsible for creating the plague, then Ren will give Tamsin her love for her father. Of course, love bargains are a tricky thing, and these two have a long perilous journey ahead of them first. That is if they don't kill each other first. I'm so intrigued. It sounds so good. Moving on to my next prompt over here. Let's see. Okay, highest rated on my TBR. I have so many for that for sure. So let me look through my Goodreads account and see what I have that I own as well. So this prompt was a little bit hard to do because the highest rated on my TBR is actually Birds of Radiance, which I believe is book 2. Yeah, I'm not picking that up, guys. So I went for the next one over there, which I own, and that was actually, I think, Morningstar. But the thing is, I haven't read the first book, so I'll be reading Red Rising by Pierce Brown. That's the first book in the series, which also is a series I want to tackle this year. So I'm thinking about doing a dedicated reading vlog for this as well, and I just heard so many good things. I did also hear recently that there are 6 books, but the first 3 is kind of like a standalone trilogy, and then the second 3 is a like after trilogy, continuation trilogy situation. And I heard that the last 3 is not as good, and that you can just read the first 3 and be done with it, and you don't have to read it. So I'm going to read the first 3, see how I feel about it, and then potentially continue on. We don't know, or I don't know. But this book says the Earth is dying and Darrow is a red, a miner in the interior of Mars. His mission is to extract enough precious elements to one day tame the surface of the planet and allow humans to live on it. The Reds are humanity's last hope, or so it appears, until the day Darrow discovers it's all a lie. That Mars has been habitable and inhabited for generations by a class of people calling themselves the Golds. A class of people who look down on Darrow and his fellows as slave labor to be exploited and worked to death without a second thought. Until the day Darrow, with the help of a mysterious group of rebels, disguises himself as a Gold and infiltrates their command school, intent on taking down his oppressors from the inside. But the command school is a battlefield, and Darrow isn't the only student with an agenda. I am so intrigued. I've heard so many good things about the series in general that I cannot wait. Moving on to my third prompt. Oh, I have 2 prompts on here the same. Interesting. All right, the next prompt over here is sci-fi. So I definitely have a ton for that. For this sci-fi prompt, I'm gonna go with The Sleep in the Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. This is a book that I've been trying to read for God knows how long. At this point, I've had this in my TBR for so long, like so many different type of TBRs that I don't even know anymore. So this is the book I'm gonna read. It's sci-fi. It says, space holds countless secrets, she just found the deadliest one. It is a bit of a chunker, but I'm really intrigued. I think I might try to read this as an audiobook, so I feel like it might be really good. I have to see if it's like a full cast or something, but that might actually be an amazing option. Like, why didn't I think of that earlier? Anyways, I'm very excited for this one. All right, and then my 4th and 5th prompt are actually both the same over here. They're both written by POC. So I need to find 2 books that are written by POC this month. I generally am pretty good about not having duplicates, but I don't know, I guess I must have like miscalculated or something. I have no idea, but yeah, let me find 2 books for the 4th and 5th book, and I'll be right back. So the last 2 prompts were both books written by POC. So I have 2 books over here. The first one is The Name Drop by Susan Lee. I want to say this is a book that I picked for my winter TBR. I don't really remember though, but I did talk about this book recently, and I'm really excited for it. The next book over here is Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lin Tan. Both books are written by a person of color, so obviously they both fit, and I'm excited for both books. So at the end of the day, these are the books I plan to read for the month of December. Honestly, it's actually quite a bit, because I also have a couple audiobooks that I'll be listening to as well, but I'm really excited about all of them. I think they all sound possibly amazing, and I cannot wait to end this year with a bang, literally, hopefully. So in terms of my reading, at least. But yeah, these are all the books I want to read for the month of December. Let me know down below what you plan to read for the month of December, for the last month of the year. If you have read any of these books before, let me know down below as well. But as always, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up if you subscribe to my channel. And if you like to see more content of me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as hit the notification bell. And as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!